We'll begin this lesson with the element thrum. Thrum could suggest trombone. Thrum, trombone. Thrum means lump or clot. As you look at the trombone, see a lump or clot stuck in it. Thrum, trombone, lump, clot. Say it 2 times with me. Thrum, trombone, lump, clot. Thrum, trombone, lump, clot. Next, ab. Ab sounds a little like Abe, Abe Lincoln. Ab, Abe. Ab means away from or not. So let's picture Abe sneaking away from the Capitol to tie knots. Abe is sneaking away from the Capitol to tie knots. Ab, Abe, away from to tie knots, away from, not. Say this 2 times. Ab, Abe, away from to tie knots, away from, not. Ab, Abe, away from to tie knots, away from, not. Next, pledgia. Pledgia sounds a little like pledge, as in I pledge allegiance. Pledgia, pledge. Pledgia means paralysis. As you look at this image of pledgia, see the people becoming paralyzed. Pledgia, pledge, paralyzed, paralysis. 2 times together. Pledgia, pledge, paralyzed, paralysis. Pledgia, pledge, paralyzed, paralysis. Next, ante. Ante sounds like Aunt Tea, an ant drinking a cup of tea. Ante, Aunt Tea. Ante means before. So as you look at this image of Aunt Tea, see beef floating in the tea with an oar stuck in it. As you look at the Aunt Tea, see the beef with the oar. Ante, Aunt Tea, beef, or before. Say it twice together. Ante, Aunt Tea, beef, or before. Now the element thel. Thel sounds a little like the L. Thel, the L. Thel means nipple. So as you look at the L, see a nipple stuck on it. Thel, the L, nipple. Say it 2 times. Thel, the L, nipple. Thel, the L, nipple. Let's review these 5 elements. Thrum, trombone, lump, clot. Ab, Abe, away from to tie knots, away from, not. Pledgia, pledge, paralyzed, paralysis. Ante, Aunt Tea, beef or before. Thel, the L, nipple.
Now the element X. X sounds a little like eggs. X, eggs. X means out or away from. So as you look at the eggs, see them jumping out of the carton and running away. X, eggs, out of carton, away from, out, away from. Say this twice with me. X, eggs, out of carton, away from, out, away from. X, eggs, out of carton, away from, out, away from. The element lean sounds a little like line, so we'll see this clothesline. Lean, line. Lean means spleen. As you look at this image of line, see students having a spelling bee. Lean, line, spelling bee, spleen. Say it 2 times. Lean, line, spelling bee, spleen. Lean, line, spelling bee, spleen. Next, tumor. Here's Ma, who just had 2 more children. Tumor, 2 more. Tumor is still another element that means swelling. So as you look at this image of 2 more, see the bed swelling and swelling. Tumor, 2 more, swelling. Say it twice. Tumor, 2 more, swelling. Tumor, 2 more, swelling. Next, vestibule. Vestibule sounds a little like vest, bull. Here we see a vest on a bull. Vestibule, vest, bull. Vestibule means entrance. So as you look at the vest, bull, see the vest as an entrance into the bull. Vestibule, vest, bull, entrance. 2 times. Vestibule, vest, bull, entrance. Vestibule, vest, bull, entrance. Now, pure. Pure sounds like pure, as in pure gold. Pure, pure gold. Pure means child. So let's change this image of pure gold to look like this. It is a pure gold child. Can you imagine a pure gold child? Pure, pure gold, child. Say it twice. Pure, pure gold, child. Pure, pure gold, child. Let's review. X, eggs, out of the carton, away from, out, away from. Lean, line, spelling bee, spleen. Tumor, 2 more, swelling. Vestibule, vest, bull, entrance. Pure, pure gold, child.
The element sark sounds like shark. Sark, shark. Sark means flesh. As you look at the shark, see it made of flesh. Sark, shark, flesh. Twice. Sark, shark, flesh. Sark, shark, flesh. Next, proly. Proly sounds a little like paroli. Proly, paroli. Proly means offspring. So as you look at this paroli, see him jumping off the spring. Off the spring, offspring. Proly, paroli, off the spring, offspring. 2 times. Proly, paroli, off the spring, offspring. Proly, parolee, off the spring, offspring. Next, macro. Macro could suggest macaroni. Macro, macaroni. Macro means large. As you look at the macaroni, see it become very large. Can you imagine macaroni this large? Macro, macaroni,
Big flashy now.
large. 2 times. Macro, macaroni,
So I was in
large.
Attach, and I just saw
Macro, macaroni,
For next school.
large.
Books for next school year.
The element lol could suggest lolly, lollipop. Lol, lollipop. Lull means speech. So as you look at this lollipop, see it presenting a speech. Lol, lollipop, speech.
Okay.
Say it twice. Lol, lollipop, speech. Lol, lollipop, speech. Next, intra. Intra could suggest introduce. Intra, introduce. Intra means within. As you look at this image of introduce, see someone within the man being introduced. Can you believe it? There's someone within the man being introduced. Intra, introduce, within. Say it twice. Intra, introduce, within. Intra, introduce, within. Let's review these 5 elements. Sark, shark, flesh. Proly, parolee, off the spring, offspring. Macro, macaroni, large. Lull, lollipop, speech. Intra, introduce, within.
Now the element inter. Inter could suggest interpreter. Here we see an interpreter. She's the one in the middle, of course. Inter, interpreter. Inter means between. So keep your eye on this interpreter. All of a sudden, she becomes a bee in tweed. The interpreter is a bee in tweed. Bee in tweed will remind you of between. Inter, interpreter, bee in tweed, between. Say this 2 times with me. Inter, interpreter, bee in tweed, between. Inter, interpreter, bee in tweed, between. Next, infra. Infra could remind us of an infrared oven. Infra, infrared oven. Infra means beneath. As you look at this infrared oven, you see a bee on its knees in the oven. Bee on its knees will remind you of beneath. Infra, infrared oven, bee on its knees, beneath. 2 times together. Infra, infrared oven, bee on its knees, beneath. Infra, infrared oven, bee on its knees, beneath. Now, the element cryo. Cryo sounds like cry. We can hear a baby crying. Cryo, cry. Cryo means cold. So as you look at this image of cry, you see the baby crying because it is cold. No wonder it's cold. It is sitting on an igloo. Cryo, cry, cold. Say it 2 times. Cryo, cry, cold. Cryo, cry, cold. Next, mal. Mal sounds like mall. Here we see people shopping at a shopping mall. Mal, mall. Mal means bad. So as you look at the mall, all of a sudden you see baseball bats shopping instead of people. The bats will remind you of bad. Mal, mall, bats, bad. Twice with me. Mal, mall, bats, bad. Mal, mall, bats, bad. Next, glum. Glum sounds like glow. Here we see a glow in the sky. Glum, glow. Glum means ball. As you look at this glow in the sky, balls are falling out of it. The balls are falling out of the glow in the sky. Glum, glow. Balls, ball. Say this 2 times. Glum, glow. Balls, ball. Glum, glow. Balls, ball. Let's review these 5 elements. Inter, interpreter. Be in tweed, between. Infra, infrared oven. Be on its knees, beneath. Cryo, cry, cold. Mal, mall, bats, bad. Glom, glow, balls, ball.
The next element is tense. Tense sounds like tense. Tense, tense. Tense means stretch. As you look at the tense, see them stretched. Tense, tense, stretch. Say it twice. Tense, tense, stretch. Tense, tense, stretch. Next, spas. For an audionym, we'll use space, and we'll see a space vehicle. Spas, space. Spas means pull or draw. So as you look at this image of space, see it pulling another vehicle with someone drawing in it. Spas, space, pull, draw. 2 times together. Spas, space, pull, draw. Spas, space, pull, draw. Now, the element somni. Somni sounds a little like saw my knee. Here we see a lady drawing a knee, and a man is looking at the drawing. She is saying, he saw my knee. Somni, saw my knee. Somni means sleep. She is saying, he saw my knee because I was sleeping. Somni, saw my knee, sleeping, sleep. Say it twice. Somni, saw my knee, sleeping, sleep. Somni, saw my knee, sleeping, sleep. Next, pharmac. Pharmac sounds a little like farm axe. Pharmac, farm axe. Pharmac means drug. As you look at this image of farm axe, see it made of a drugstore. A farm axe made of a drugstore. Pharmac, farm axe, drugstore, drug. 2 times with me. Pharmac, farm axe, drugstore, drug. Pharmac, farm axe, drugstore, drug. Next, lumbo. Lumbo sounds like lumber, and here's a stack of lumber. Lumbo, lumber. Lumbo means loins. As you look at the lumber, see lions coming out of the end of it. The lions will remind you of loins. Lumbo, lumber, lions, loins. 2 times. Lumbo, lumber, lions, loins. Lumbo, lumber, lions, loins. Let's review these 5 elements. Tense, tense, stretch. Spas, space, pull, draw. Somni, saw my knee, sleeping, sleep. Pharmac, farm axe, drugstore, drug. Lumbo, lumber, lions, loins.
It's now time to review the 25 elements of this lesson.
Thrum, trombone, lump, clot. Ab, abe, away from to tie knots, away from, knot. Pledgia, pledge, paralyzed, paralysis. Ante, ante, beef or before. Thel, the nipple.
X, eggs, out of carton, away from, out, away from. Lean, line, spelling bee, spleen. Tumor, 2 more, swelling. Vestibule, vest, bull, entrance. Pure, pure gold, child.
Sark, shark, flesh. Proly, paroli, off the spring, offspring. Macro, macaroni, large. Lol, lollipop, speech. Intra, introduce, within.
Inter, interpreter, be in tweed, between. Infra, infrared oven, be on its knees, beneath. Cryo, cry, cold. Mal, mall, bats, bad. Glom, glow, balls, ball.
Tense, tense, stretch. Spas, space, pull, draw. Somni, saw my knee, sleeping, sleep. Pharmac. Pharmax. Drugstore. Drug. Lumbo. Lumber. Lions. Loins.
And last, without the pictures. Visualize the audionym and the association for each of the elements. Remember to use the additional step if it is needed.
Throm. Trombone. Lump. Clot. Ab. Abe. Away from to tie knots. Away from. Knot. Pledge. Pledge. Paralyzed. Paralysis. Ante. Ant. T. Beef or
Okay.
before. Fell. VL. Nipple.
X. Eggs. Out of carton, away from. Out. Away from. Lean. Line. Spelling bee. Spleen. Tumor. Two more. Swelling. Vestibule. Vest bull. Entrance. Pure. Pure gold. Child.
Sark. Shark. Flesh. Proly. Parolee. Off the spring. Offspring. Macro. Macaroni. Large. Loll. Lollipop. Speech. Intra. Introduce. Within.
Inter. Interpreter. Be in tweed. Between. Infra. Infrared oven. Be on its knees. Beneath. Cryo. Cry. Cold. Mal. Mall. Bats. Bad. Glom. Glow. Balls. Ball.
Tense. Tense. Stretch. Spas. Space. Pull. Draw. Somni. Saw my knee. Sleeping. Sleep. Pharmac. Pharmax. Drugstore. Drug. Lumbo. Lumber. Lions. Loins.
This ends the instructional presentation.